Hi!
Hi.
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 Hi. How are you doing?
I'm Nissy Serrano.
Kristen Bata.
Genesis S. Mama.
I'm Hannah Deacon, and we are student ambassadors of the UA&P Junior Marketing Communications team.
As students, we know how these times can be challenging.
So let us go through this process with you.
If you have questions about our university,
online learning,
or anything school life related,
feel free to message any of us through our social media handles
right here.
Right here.
Right here. With everything online, you can always go #Unitas Live with us.
So, good morning to everyone watching. I hope you're all doing well today. My name is Ramon Tupas, a third-year student taking up the Master of Arts in Communication, major in Integrated Marketing Communication, and at the same time, I am a senior associate of the UA&P Junior Marketing Communications team. Today, it brings me great pleasure to be your host for this episode of Unitas Online, a series of webinars where our future dragons, parents, guardians, and school officials may learn more about our beloved university. Today, we'll be highlighting the different courses we offer in the School of Sciences and Engineering. I'm happy to introduce you to all of our speakers. Now, as you can see in these next two slides, we have so much in store for you today. But before that, I would like to thank everyone who sent in their questions beforehand. We have taken note of them and informed our speakers to address these questions. But in case you have any more, please feel free to leave your questions in the chat box and we'll tackle them during the open forum. Now, to really get the ball rolling, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the program head of the Bachelor of Science in Data Science, Ms. Kimberly Vallesteros. She'll be going over what this program has to offer. So, good morning, Ms. Kimberly.
Good morning, Ramon.
Morning.
Welcome. So, let me share my slides now. There. Okay, so I'm here to give more details about the BS Data Science that is being offered by our university. Okay, so the BS Data Science program is actually new. It's one of the new programs that is being offered in the university, and the pioneering batch is actually just on their first year. So you will not actually hear from any of the alumni of the program. Although this is a new program, it's not just in the university that it is new. Okay, in the Philippines, there are only a couple of universities offering BS Data Science or specialization on data science. However, okay, you will find that this first batch will not actually be the first data scientists in the Philippines, because this program is not entirely new. Okay, we are it's actually not even a rehash of other courses, but it's actually, I would say, it's a combination of different programs and then adjusted to fit the needs of the times and availability of technology. Okay, so data science is not is not really new, and maybe even the students who are here now, that even at a young age, they have already experienced the product of a data science research. Most likely all of you, if not all, most if not all, have actually own a social media account, maybe more than one for some. And if you have actually used Facebook, that is actually using a data science research. Okay, so if you would have noticed, okay, every time that you made a comment on someone else's post or liked someone else's post, then that person's uh, post seem to be appearing a lot or more often than your other friends on your Facebook account. Or you might even have noticed that when you even search outside of Facebook, you would have ads on your timeline that are related to the ones that you have searched. That is an example of a product of a data science research. And also the recommendations on YouTube, that's a product of a data science research. And it's not only online that you see this use of data science. You can actually see them when companies perform their marketing strategies, wherein they would only target certain people, or they would have a different marketing strategy to different clients or to different possible customers. Okay, but they're not only in business that you're going to see data science being applied. There are other more novel ways for which data science can be applied. Last year, there is a data science group in the Philippines that won a hackathon, in an international hackathon, that is, wherein they looked into how data can help in predicting early dengue hotspots in the Philippines. So one of those data scientists that are part of the group is Mr. Dominic Ligot, and he's actually he's actually a part-time teacher in the university, and we're also hoping to have him in one of our major subjects for data science. And currently, so we're all experiencing the effects of the coronavirus. So data science is also helping in solving this problem. Okay, contact tracing, determining whether we should open the economy already. So I just also hope that we get immediate results that would be helpful for everyone. Okay, so if in case you're thinking, do you still need a data science degree for you to be able to work as a data scientist? Because as I have mentioned, the data science degree is a new course in the Philippines, and people have been data scientists, or people have been working as data scientists already. Okay. Partly the idea that they have become a data scientist even without the degree in the Philippines is because some of them would actually had gone through an education outside of the Philippines, where data science is available as a BS degree, as a master's degree, and even as a doctorate degree. But those are outside of the Philippines. But for most of those who are practicing data science in the Philippines, had gone through training that are associated to the data science work. And also, formal education, like the ones we're offering for BS Data Science, is geared towards a holistic development of an individual rather than just specializing on data science itself. You develop not just knowledge in data science, but you have a holistic development. Okay, so we actually envisioned this BS Data Science as a course that would hone the ability of the students to think critically, okay, and of course have those needed skills for data science. And like pieces of puzzle that we put together, we have different subjects that would build this data science program. Of course, there is liberal education, where it's something that UA&P is very proud of. And I think the alumni that you will meet later will be able to talk about that in more detail. And of course, we'll have mathematics. You learn about the foundations that are necessary to understand the algorithm and not just be able to apply them like some black box. And also statistics. So math and statistics would be your foundations for data science, and you'll have this in your first 2 years. And of course, you also would learn how to program, because with the big data that are currently available, it's technically impossible for you to compute or to analyze by just doing things manually. Okay, and for these subjects, you will be having teachers with master's degree or doctorate degree, or who have specializations in these fields. But when you have your majors in data science already, that is when you will have, they were looking at having practitioners, industry practitioners, data scientists that would be your teachers in those major subjects, because they know things that the new trends, what's up to date, in the actual applications of data science. And for you to also experience that while still in the data science degree is you'll have internship. So there is an internship that's part of a data science course, and we can send you to companies that are also the companies that some of our graduates of UA&P have gone through, whether in the data science related roles or not. I'm sure that company, if it's a good company, would have a data science department or something similar to that. Okay, so if in case you're thinking, so is this just a trend, or will there really be jobs for you in the future, considering that you'll still have 4 or 5 more years to finish your bachelor's degree? Okay, so last night I looked at I just so I can give you a more updated data. So I looked at jobstreet.com, and there are actually 54 new jobs for data scientists in the last week. This is just in the last 7 days. And in LinkedIn, there are 26 new jobs. I'm talking about new jobs, not jobs that has been posted for the longest time that has not been filled, but these are actual new postings, and 107 for Glassdoor. So all this in the last 7 weeks, and this is a time where a lot of people are losing jobs, but then there are jobs available for data scientists. And I don't think this is a trend, because in the latest report of LinkedIn also, they had data scientist as the number 4 in the 2020 emerging jobs in the Philippines. So you could expect that by the time you graduate, there would still be a lot of jobs that are available for you. And having your degree in UA&P will definitely put you in ahead of everyone else, because from what you will see from our graduates later on, that they excel not just in academics, but they are honed holistically in the school. Thank you.
Thank you for that informative introduction to our data science program, Ms. Kimberly. Really, this program has a lot of potential. In fact, I heard that in the next 6 years alone, data science is projected to make 11.5 million job opportunities. All things considered, that really is an amazing accomplishment. Now, to really walk us through our next program for the day, we have the program head of the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with us today. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Cyrus Paolo Buenafe. Hi.
Thank you very much, Ramon. And I have the burden of having to present to everyone the program for the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. So it's going to be quite short. I suppose all of the information in relation to the program will be shared with you as far as the curriculum is concerned, the courses, the fields that will be talked about. But I'd like to put some sort of grounding, if you may, as to why you'd like to take your BSIT here at UA&P. Well, for starters, we know that technology is all around us. It is ubiquitous, it is pervasive, everybody uses it, okay? Even as a small kid, everybody would have an opportunity to actually use technology, okay? It's all around us, it's everywhere, okay? The fact that we're using this platform to share with you everything about our science-related programs in the university, we can see how technology has been there, but we're not really conscious or very much aware that it really plays a very huge role in our lives. And we also know that technology changes, right? It changes, it evolves. There are a lot of things that that would probably move. Okay, some would be replaced by better technology. Okay, others would be improved upon. Okay, and become a global standard for all of humanity. And it changes at a very rapid pace. And perhaps that would give us a little bit of anxiety. Technology is there, okay? It's all around us, okay? It keeps on changing, it evolves, and it does it at a very quick pace, okay? So we realize, and this is something that is at the heart of UA&P's mission and vision, is that just like all other realities of humanity, technology also needs its leaders. Okay. And the BSIT program, okay, we help form technology's next leader. Okay. We will actually be able to assist you and give you all of the knowledge, the skills and values in order for you to be able to be successful in harnessing and leveraging the technology into the next generation. Okay. And our leaders, okay, know how to give back. Okay. Because we're steeped with all of the values that the university provides. And this is true for all of the programs, okay? Not only in the science-related programs, but also in the other programs of the university, okay? We know how to give back, okay? And we've seen a lot of our alumni participate, support, even update our programs to make sure that we're always current, that we're up to date, that we're making sure that what we provide to the students, okay, and to our constituents, to our stakeholders, the needed knowledge, skills, and values in order for us to be able to harness, okay, and leverage that technology for the next generation. And you will see that as you go through the BSIT program, you'll eventually be tasked with the burden of responsibility to lead today's industry. We've been able to capitalize, okay, some of the companies in the field, okay, where in a way, the program, while it would have its required technical, theoretical elements, okay, the fact that it is very much entrenched in the industry, we can assure you that we are able to actually provide you with the needed knowledge, skills, and values in order for this industry to actually be led to the next generation. Now, I'd rather not be the one to be able to share with you the benefits of the BSIT program, but I hope that this next slide, if you may, or this next clip, will actually share with you the experiences of all of our alumni as well. So please watch.
In terms of research, it's a never-ending thing in the IT industry, especially when you need to check what technologies would help you make cost-effective and time-efficient processes. So the BSIT program ensures that the students are trained to do thorough research and documentation through incorporating thesis-like papers in almost every elective. In terms of communication, it's something that's vital when working in the IT industry. I remember how business communication under Sir Al Piquiana helped me to deliver and present my ideas well by being brief, precise, but full of enthusiasm when it comes to conveying my thoughts. Lastly, for the values, and the most important one, UA&P never fails to instill good moral and ethical values to their students. It's what keeps you grounded when dealing with circumstances and conflicts at work. So I think those are the three most important things I learned from UA&P, which helped me during my 10 years at the IT industry, or in the IT industry.
BSIT helped me in my career and where I am now, due to different electives that we have, the good curriculums that we have. It really built confidence in me. It really helped me to be decisive, to be strategic, to be really organized, and it helped my career to be fast-tracked into IT management. I'm really thankful to UA&P for helping me and bringing me to a position where I am now. I believe that the electives and the curriculum really pushed me into the IT manager that I am now. I can really say that the different subjects, the different majors, and even the minors that we have really helped me in being confident and being able to lead the whole department currently. So I'm really appreciative of UA&P.
While technology had a lot to do with programming and the development of software, the development of hardware, and coming up with technological solutions to everyday problems, there was also a side of that industry that thought about what the problems were, that thought about who were the people who would be concerned about these problems, so who would think about how do we get this solution to the people who will need them. I wanted that, that whole experience. I wanted to be sure. I wanted to be able to know how to answer those kinds of questions, as well as come up with the actual technological solutions. So that's where the IT program in UA&P actually came about.
After high school, I was very excited. Going to IT, I thought it was just all coding. But when I went to the program, it really opened my eyes and widened my horizons. So you have different courses within IT that you can explore, and it helped me a lot in my current work. Work involves a lot of interaction with traders, so that also needs a lot of soft skills on my end. And yeah, when you say traders, they're really kind of aggressive and results-driven person. So you just really have to learn how to communicate well and know how to explain issues on non-technical terms. So I think the interpersonal skills and the technical know-how I learned from UA&P helped me a lot on my current role.
It offers the latest technology to its students, and at the same time, it spans across all the major paths that an IT professional can take after graduating. So for those who wanted to leverage on technology to advance their businesses, there's technopreneurship. For those who wanted to lead projects to completion, there's project management. For those who for those who are aspiring to be software engineers, there are various programming classes.
I've been in a lot of, I've hired quite a number of fresh graduates. I've, built up their careers as well from different schools. And I think that's, while there are technical people and they definitely add value to organizations, there's that value in terms of being able to express yourself, express your ideas, talk to different stakeholders from CEOs to and being able to manage that conversation. No? I mean, you can be the most technical person, but if you're not able to actually translate your, I don't know, uh, your technical knowledge into something that your key stakeholders understand, then you're not going to be effective. So UNP, has always had a focus from the undergraduate course in the humanities, being able to, again, with all these courses that we take that are not related to IT. But then even within my IT program at that time, we had communications courses as well to really, bring that point about that, it's really around being able to express your ideas and building relationships with the person that you're talking to, understanding what they're, what they're looking for in that meeting, in that discussion, and being able to address yourself, different levels. So and yeah, and I think that's how UNP has helped me, and the IT program within UNP.
The knowledge I gained from the program helped me to grasp easily both the business and technical requirements of a project or an issue, because the program not only focused on technology but also on the business. In the corporate world or any industry, technology and business go hand in hand. And as a result of this, I was not pigeonholed into specific industry or job function when I graduated, and until now, especially if I need to move to a new role.
When you study liberal arts, it's teaching you how to learn. Usually you get reactions from students. I was one myself, saying, why do I have to learn this? What is this subject? Why will I use literature? Why will I use accounting? Why will I use so on and so forth? The essence here is learning how to learn. And that is the mandate of UNP, which I think is a very good foundation. Now, going into BSIT, the subjects during my time are actually good foundations. You get the basics of operating systems, both technical and management subjects, which eventually you will encounter in the practice. So especially if I'm an IT practitioner at the moment, I'm a program manager in Salesforce. So most, if not all of the things that I've learned from BSIT, I've actually been using in one way or another. So definitely a strong foundation is required. And because of that, it's brought me to where I am. I'm happy with what I'm doing. Project management, program management. Ever since I was a student, I already knew that I wanted to become one.
Personally, for me, the path that I chose in IT, where it's more of like the IT management and also the project management track, helped me in where I am today, because mainly the work that I'm doing is really managing people and also managing the IT service management for a specific region. So ever since the start, because of what I learned in my UA&P course, I was able to see an overview of the entire IT, meaning from development up until the support, and also for me to be able to understand that what is actually needed in every phase of that particular cycle. So I guess that if for me, that's the most important thing that helped me in my IT career right now.
The program made sure that its students were well equipped with at least the basics of everything, and that helped me in my work today. Our company and its employees work together. Our team values collaboration, and as a business development analyst, we work with different types of people and present to even the management and the clients. The university has equipped me with the knowledge and the soft skills and has taught me to be humanistic, flexible, adaptable, and more importantly, docile in order to survive the corporate world and even the non-corporate world.
So I started as a business analyst in the local company in Ramcar, and then moved on to different roles where I ended up where I am now. I must say I also moved into different roles, starting with the more technical stuff, and then now I'm in a more managerial procurement role. So the 4-year degree, the BSIT program in UA&P really helps you become a well-rounded IT professional. Wherever you go, you have the knowledge with you, you have the background to really know or learn the whatever role or work that you're going to have.
It gave us an opportunity to be ready to what we will be after we graduate. So the whole environment kind of gave us the opportunity to somehow tailor fit ourselves, to really push hard and persevere to become what we are right now. Eventually, when we graduated, we used the same mentality, we used the same attitude, and somehow it harnessed our attitude to become resilient when it comes to the new requirements of the industry. So I mean, until now, after 17, 18 years, it's always been the same for me, that always there are new technologies you study, and then there are new technologies, so you always try your best to somehow enhance yourself to become better. So I mean, after 18 years, this is where I am now. These offer from BSIT or MSIT for that matter, I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't know, or I wouldn't have this kind of attitude to really improve myself in studying this, because I mean, all these technologies, these are always evolving. So the same thing with UA&P before, that they offer all these courses. They offer a lot of varieties, and this variety basically help us to like adjust and adapt ourselves.
So now, I mean, all these guys actually shared with you how the UA&P BSIT program has helped them. And there are our leaders right now. So the question that I will pose to each one of you attending or watching this episode is, will you answer the call? So I'll be available later to answer some of your questions, okay? And back to you, Ramon. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you. Wow, that really was an enlightening introduction to our university's IT program. This program really never ceases to amaze me. The students I've met from this program really have some of the best ideas for tackling problems and coming up with the best solutions to them. In fact, I've gotten the chance to work with a couple of them over my stay in UA&P, since a really good number of them have high positions in different school organizations. But next up, we'll be talking about the Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering program. To help us dig deeper into the program, we have Dr. Edwin Olmos, the program head of the Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering. Let's all give him a virtual round of applause. Hello.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Edwin Olmos, currently the Department Chair of Engineering under the UA&P School of Sciences and Engineering, or SSC for short. The UA&P SSC currently offers only one engineering degree program, at least for now. And this is the Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering, or BSIE for short. I guess you may want to know some good reasons why you're going to take up industrial engineering. Let me give you 5 short good reasons for this. First is that IEs can work in practically any sector or industry in society, since they are there to serve and to improve the process. There is always something to improve on and to make things run more efficiently. Second, IEs have both technical skills and business acumen, or that ability to make good judgments and quick decisions. So they are engineers who are business-minded as well. Third, IEs understand big data, the big thing nowadays, because they take up the foundational courses to be able to work in that domain. For instance, they take 2 operations research courses. We call it OR1, OR2. They also take 2 statistical analysis or IE courses, the Stat 1 and Stat 2. These are just 2 of the instruments that IEs can make use of and even go into data analytics if they want. Fourth, IEs focus more on process improvement and ways to bring about significant changes through various strategies like cost savings, waste reductions, time motion studies, and many others. And then finally, IEs have the flexibility to match their personal interests since they always have that option to explore and work in different job roles, whether it's data analysis, project management, logistics, supply chain, manufacturing, forecasting, you name it. So industrial engineers play a crucial role in finding solutions to the many complex problems affecting manufacturing, distribution of goods and services, healthcare, utilities, transportation, environment, even the environment, the entertainment world. In our ever-changing and increasingly complex world that we are in now, it has become even more important for the youth like you to prepare yourselves to acquire the necessary knowledge and interdisciplinary skills to be able to meet the challenges of today and tomorrow, make sense of the vast information that is available, and to be able to evaluate evidences and in order to arrive at the best effort decisions. The need for professionals in the field of engineering and technology remains bright and will remain so even as the world goes through the current COVID pandemic crisis. I believe that now is the time for you to seize the opportunity by earning your engineering and technology degrees. And one good way to prepare yourself for these multi-sectoral challenges facing the world today is to take up industrial engineering. The UA&P BSIE program aims to produce engineering professionals who are prepared to plan, to design, and implement ethical, socially relevant, and even environmentally sound engineering and technology-based solutions to the many complex economic, management, and industrial problems. Like all the other programs offered in UA&P, the BSIE program is built upon an in-depth education in the liberal arts to serve as the students' intellectual foundation. This is combined, of course, with UA&P's expertise in the field of economics, management, information technology. You just heard BSIT. And together with the competent instructions in the theoretical and applied sciences, mathematics, and of course the core engineering courses. We believe that the UA&P BSIE graduate is a true Renaissance engineer of the new millennium. Someone who knows how to best organize resources, people, money, materials in an information-intensive and technology-based economy without neglecting their humanist perspectives. Courses in the humanities, philosophy, social sciences, even the arts, which they also take up, are as demanding as the core engineering courses for good reasons. These courses will definitely help them to deal with people at all levels in society and be able to communicate their ideas with clarity. So the 4-year BSIE program, which replaced the former 5-year BSIE program since school year 2018-2019, admits STEM strand graduates with average of at least 85% in mathematics, high school mathematics, and the sciences. And they should, of course, pass the UA&P entrance exam, as well as the mathematics and science subsets. For the non-STEM strands who wish to be admitted in the 4-year BSIE program, they may be required, after passing the entrance exam, they may be required to take up some bridging courses in order to prepare them for the mathematics, calculus, etc. And the BSIE program builds upon the foundational courses for engineering, such as calculus, engineering fundamentals, physics, chemistry. All the BSIE students, they go through a common core subjects that include computer fundamentals, information system, organization theory, mathematical modeling, optimization, statistical analysis, finance, accounting, and operations management. The mathematics and science components are augmented and delivered with the rigor required to prepare the student for an engineering course. The core subjects expose students in the various fields within the industrial engineering, and also through its IE electives, such as system simulation, Six Sigma, supply chain, computer applications in IE, project management, total quality systems, and many more. During the mid-year term, after their 3rd year, they undergo what you call the IE industry immersion, or the OJT. They have to complete at least 240 hours of that. And they can do that in any of UA&P's business and industry partners, or if they wish, in companies of their choices. During the last semester of the program, the students are formed into self-directed teams or groups for their, what we call now as IE capstone project, in order to demonstrate their research and design abilities. The group project may be an industrial engineering research, or a design of a system, a component, a process, whatever. And they have to write the final project report and then present and defend it before a panel of faculty, engineering faculty, and or IE professionals. So it's really like an undergraduate thesis that they will have to defend. The BSIE program also provides some opportunities for the students to participate in some company visits as they take up their undergraduate studies, to allow them to get firsthand experiences of what it is like to work in some of these industrial and manufacturing companies. Most of the course projects that they are required in some of their courses focus on actual situations and problems faced by different industries, and may include a combination of site visits and laboratory-based work. These activities obviously will provide students with a chance to visualize and apply the theories that they learn in the classroom to real-world situations. Our BSIE graduates can have a variety of career opportunities. As we said earlier, they can work in practically any sector, industrial sector. They can work in various capacities over a wide range of industries. For instance, just to name a few, our BSIE graduate can eventually end up working as a supply chain analyst, a strategic and operational planner, maybe even a safety and health engineer, a quality engineer, quality assurance engineer, a project and information analyst, productivity consultant specialist, production supervisor, operations research analyst, operations auditor, logistic analyst, inventory control analyst, business entrepreneur, and many more. Sky is the limit for an IE graduate. We had our first batch of BSIE graduates last 2015. It's a very young program in UA&P. And since then, we had 6 batches of graduates already. Later, you will hear from our 3 young BSIE alumni coming from 3 different batches who will briefly share their personal journeys. They come from batch 2017, batch 2018, and batch 2019. So they'll be able to tell you more things about what's in store for a BSIE graduate. I think that's all. And if you have questions later on, you can just it. So thank you very much. And I hope I'll see you around next year.
Alrighty. Wow. That introduction to our BSIE program was incredibly insightful. Thank you so much for the great overview, Dr. Olmos. Now, we've talked a lot about what these programs have to offer, but an even more important question to ask is how these programs prepare our students for the real world. And who better to ask than the former students themselves, right? Today, we've invited some of our alumni to share their experiences and nuggets of wisdom. Our first alumnus is now a data scientist for Unionbank. At the same time, she is also a part-time faculty member of the university. Let us all welcome Ms. Jenice Taguiam.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Hi, I'm Jenice Taguiam, an alumna of the University of Asia and the Pacific. I graduated actually with a bachelor's degree in applied mathematics because back then there was no data science yet. And then I pursued a master's degree in applied business analytics, recently graduated just this 2020. And then I'm currently working as a data scientist, but actually I did not start my career in data science. My interest in it started with just a simple training in data visualization. And I got so amazed how they're able to process huge amounts of data and gather insights that are previously unknown to us. That's why I pursued further studies in data science and got my master's degree in applied business analytics still in UA&P. And then I got really excited knowing that UA&P is now offering data science as an undergraduate course. And to share what I do in the organization, as a data scientist, we actually help the organization maximize the usage of their data assets on various objectives. May it be on to increase their profit, to increase customer base, improve their customer service, or even their employee engagement. And helping the organization understand their processes deeper and providing them insights that they are still unaware are truly valuable to the organization. And also predicting the possible occurrences, which will allow the organization to plan ahead and to formulate effective strategies, are also helpful to the organization. We also provide a quantitative basis on the stakeholders' decision-making process. That is how we as data scientists are able to support their decisions through solving complex problems with good data analysis and models to achieve optimal solutions. One project I was able to work with the organization is developing a fraud detection model where we enabled real-time notification to client transactions to instantly verify their validity and automatically conduct the necessary actions for such. Like if the client tells us that actually this transaction is not mine, it's fraudulent, then once they confirm that, we would do the necessary actions automatically to block their card and provide them a replacement after some processing. And with that, adding artificial intelligence to our fraud detection tools allowed us to deepen our analysis on the behavior of a fraudulent transaction and improve the efficiency and accuracy of fraud management. This does not only help us strengthen the protection of our clients' transactions, but has helped us improve on our customers' experience as well. UA&P actually helped me prepare for this with my math degree, since analysis and problem solving skills are very much used as a data scientist, and you would really need a good grasp of the business and management as well to balance that and be able to translate your scientific ideas to the business organization so that the stakeholders would be able to marry your ideas and be able to create effective strategies for their goals. A lot can be done with data, and it can be used in several applications in various industry, may it be in finance, medicine, transportation, marketing, operations, risk, etc. That is why it has been termed now as the new oil. And data is everywhere, and thus there would be a lot of opportunities for us, data scientists, to explore and contribute to society. It is a challenging career, but I would say that's definitely exciting and very fulfilling, especially when you already see the output and you're able to provide great insights to your organization and you see how it has improved their processes, it has improved and helped them achieve their goals. So it's great that it's now available in UA&P, and I would encourage everyone to take an interest and look on what data science is actually offering. And if it's the career for you, I believe UA&P would help you achieve that. There, thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Jenice. The new oil. I've never heard of that term before, but it's such a great way to describe the situation, huh? Sorry, but anyways, our next speaker is Mr. Patrick Miguel Asayas, who utilizes his expertise as a risk data and systems officer for the Bank of the Philippine Islands. So let's give him a really warm round of applause. So good morning, Mr. Patrick.
Hello, good morning, Ramon.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, everyone. Hello to all the participants who are watching right now. I hope you're all doing well and are staying healthy in your homes. So I'm Patrick Asayas. I'm also a graduate of UA&P, and I'm part of the third batch of the Industrial Engineering program. I'm currently working as a risk data and systems officer in the Bank of the Philippine Islands. And I've been part of the organization for 3 years already. And all thanks to UA&P and the IE program, because they have a lot to do with where I am right now. So I'm very thankful to have this chance to not only talk about the Industrial Engineering program, but also to highlight the other programs under the School of Sciences and Engineering. So as mentioned by our fellow professors, SSE offers 3 undergraduate programs, and all of them have their own advantages. So science and technology is now the backbone of our economy and our lives as we are living in a digital age, where knowing your ins and outs with computers and handling data is more relevant and in demand than ever before. So first of the 3 courses under SSE is the information technology. This field has been becoming a relevant one since we've been living our day-to-day activities digitally. And the information technology of the UA&P is not your typical IT program, because it doesn't only focus on developing the technical skills of the students. So the IT program of UA&P trains the students to become competent in both the business and the technology. Though technical as it can be, applying to this program would enable you to develop business management skills, and even the soft skills. So another program offered under the School of Sciences and Engineering is the Data Science, which is a very young program in UA&P, which means that if you will take this course, you will be part of the pioneer batches of the UA&P data scientists in the Philippines. Though this was not yet offered during my time in the university, I'm currently exposed to a job that heavily depends on data. And we use data to actually solve real company problems. And what I can share with all the viewers is at this time, a lot of organizations have been investing in data and they use it to get valuable insights, and that will drive better decisions for the companies. So this is the reason why this field is really emerging. Having the ability to use data to create as much impact for the business, for the companies, is I think the focus of this program. And finally, SSE also offers the Industrial Engineering program, which as mentioned is the course I belong to. So when we talk about Industrial Engineering program, we always associate it with people who make things better by focusing on improving processes. And that's actually the great thing about the industrial engineering. As long as it involves process, IEs can actually enter into different fields, such as the tech industry, the banking industry, even the healthcare, marketing, and even data analytics field. So in principle, the IE program targets to form its students to become problem solvers. So they help them to become creative in making solutions. In the IE program, students will be equipped with a lot of knowledge and skills, methodologies, techniques, analytical tools that primarily focuses on process improvements. So these are facilitated by your courses such as Six Sigma, Methods Engineering, Facilities Planning Design, Safety Management, and Operations Research, and other more. But what I would also like to highlight is that the IE program doesn't only focus on those areas. So the program also offers courses such as the information systems and project management that focuses both on managing the process and the people. So the people skills and the soft skills are also part of the whole package in the program because it recognizes the importance of understanding people when resolving business problems. So what makes the IE program of UA&P unique is that it will not only produce engineering professionals, the program is also designed to develop the students holistically, where we come to understand different business issues with differing points of views, where we're able to make connections and see the bigger picture. So with that, I hope I was able to give a quick overview of the different programs under SSE. And I hope this will encourage you to apply. I can say that I had a great time during college, not only because of all the learnings that I had, but also because of the friendly environment and culture UA&P has. So I'm sure you'll have the same when you start your college here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience and overview with us, Mr. Patrick. And yeah, really, now is the perfect time to improve our technical skills, now that it's so crucial to pretty much every organization. So the IE program really is a great place to do that. So thank you again, Mr. Patrick, for helping us, realize that. And following Mr. Patrick's amazing story is our next speaker, Miss Alyssa May Valdez, who uses her expertise in the Jollibee Food Corporation as a corporate buyer. So let's all welcome Miss Valdez.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ramon. I'm Alyssa Valdez. I graduated Industrial Engineering 2 years ago. So right after graduation, a month before our August graduation, I was accepted as a management trainee at Lianfeng Logistics. So I finished the 18-month training as a senior supervisor. But after a month, I decided to join Jollibee Foods Corporation as a corporate buyer or a purchasing officer. So now I handle categories on service contractors and some warehouse and trucking sourcing. Well, I'm still new to the purchasing or procurement industry, but I can say that I'm enjoying it because I get to bridge internal stakeholders to the different suppliers. There was a time when I was about to graduate that I really had a hard time thinking of what position or industry I want to apply to. Because as Dr. Olmos said a while ago, there's a lot of industries that you can go to as long as there's a process that we can contribute always. So at first I wanted to be in the logistics industry because we can apply or that's where we can see a lot of applications of IE. So in logistics, you get to plan for the most optimal location of your warehouse, considering the traffic, the source of your raw materials, or where your customers are located. So in logistics, we try to mostly deal with trying to deliver the goods to the customers. So it's actually right at the end of the supply chain. But it also came to me that I was thinking that planning or demand planning is an interesting part that I can explore. So I wanted to see the first part of the supply chain. So I work in sourcing goods or services. So we deal with the raw materials or the input that you need so you can process something as a finished goods that you can deliver to your customer. So from the latter part of the supply chain to the first part. So that's how I shift in the industry that I am. So one beautiful thing about both the logistics and the procurement industry is that I get to deal with the different kinds of people, and UA&P prepared me for that. Aside from the liberal education curriculum, which allows us to better understand the individuals, I also learn a lot from my extracurricular activities. So in UA&P, there's a lot of organizations that you can join, whether it be academic related, sports, civics, arts. The many organizations I joined taught me so many things that complement what I learned in my IE classes. Another thing that I appreciate, and also my friends from the IT and then applied math program, is that the SSE programs are a mix of technical, business, and the liberal arts. So we're able to integrate the technical specializations to the people and their behavior. So for me, that's one really important thing when you start your professional life. Oh, also as IEs, we are trained to ask why. So we always have to look at the root cause of the problem. And it's so wonderful that UA&P's liberal education helps us look into the different or the many factors affecting the way a person behaves. And in this way, we are helped to think of the many possibilities to or different ways on how to improve the process and make it more comfortable for the persons doing the tasks. So with this, I encourage you to enroll to any of UA&P's SSE programs. And well, I'm very much thankful to my parents because they encouraged me to go to UA&P, and so far it's the best decision we ever made. So thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for that, Miss Valdez. And I gotta agree with you there. The different SSE programs really do prepare, their students for the real world. And as a result, you come out really flexible and really ready to tackle whatever the world has to throw at you. But now let me introduce everyone to our final speaker, the go-to market engineer of Coca-Cola Beverages Philippines, Miss Janine May Gonzales. So good morning, Miss Janine.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ramon. Good morning. Okay, so hi, everyone. My name is Janine Gonzales. I graduated from UA&P's Industrial Engineering program in 2019. So I think today I'd like to share with you a little bit of what university life was like for me as an IE student. So at the time I entered UA&P, I was still unsure of what career I saw myself pursuing, where IE could take me, and whether or not it was for me. But UA&P and SSE helped me feel right at home, and I felt reassured that they knew I could reach great heights and wanted to help me get there. So, for the first few years in college, I didn't really take advantage of all the things the university and the community had to offer. It wasn't until my third year, when we were starting to take majors, that I also started becoming more active with student organizations. So from that point on, my days consisted of not only attending classes, but also attending meetings with org mates, group mates for majors, staying up until the late hours with my group mates to write our papers, then showing up at school really early the next day to prepare for our event. But IE also brought me opportunities to be exposed to things outside of the university and represent myself, the school, and the program in these avenues. We got to meet with companies of different sizes from different industries who allowed us to have their operations as the subject of our studies for majors. We got to attend talks and seminars and interact with industrial engineering students from all over the country. We even got to go all the way to Orlando, Florida to present a research paper we wrote that was being published by Springer. Um, so university life got overwhelming at times, but I was able to find the best support system amongst my peers and my professors, and it was ultimately very rewarding because every new person I met, every new thing I learned, and every new experience helped shape me into this young professional ready to take on my next adventure, which is the corporate world. So not long after graduating, I joined Coca-Cola Beverages Philippines as a go-to-market engineer. I am part of this team who bridges different functions in providing the best support to our sales teams so that they can reach our customers in the most efficient way. UA&PIE has prepared me for this by training me to see the bigger picture and connect the dots, because small teams, entire departments, and even corporations rarely operate on their own. It is very important for us to understand how these are all interconnected and how we can support each other to ultimately help the organization that we are part of. Another thing UANP taught me is the value of building relationships and knowing how to interact with and present to stakeholders. And lastly, how important it is to do things right the first time, because the things that we do, and more importantly, the mistakes that we make, can have its effects and consequences on not only the people we directly interact with, but also to other people across the places we work in. Um, I guess it's funny how I entered college unsure of what I wanted to do, but with my IE training, like Dr. Olmos mentioned earlier, I can be flexible enough to pursue roles in any function in any industry that I would like. So for now, it may be designing and implementing route to market strategies, but because of the holistic way of viewing systems that has been instilled in us, um, I would very much like to, and I am confident that I can experience and learn from other functions as well to gain a better insight of the industry that I am part of. Um, so before I end things, I would like to share with you three key takeaways I gained from my college life and my first year as a young professional. The first is to trust the process and not rush, because to ensure that you are able to grow into the best version of yourself, it is important to take on things one at a time and gradually add things to your plate when you know you're ready. This way, we can face up to our responsibilities and provide them the best effort and time that they need from us, and we can be proud of what we produce. The second is to acknowledge and appreciate our support systems, because we make each other better. The support we receive from our family and friends and the things that we learn from them can help add to our own knowledge and experiences and help take us so much farther. And at the end of the day, your small wins are best shared with them. And the third and last one is that while it is important to do things right the first time, mistakes are inevitable. What would be a better indicator of our character is how we get ourselves back up and learn from these mistakes. I guess the IE way to respond to this is to put small systems in place to help us and help other people make better the things that we do. Um, so that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Janine. So I'm still a third year student, and hearing about all the different opportunities the university has to offer to its students is really exciting. Hearing about how they prepare us for the real world, both in and beyond the classroom, is just really great. So thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us, Miss Janine. So we've already learned about so much in this short amount of time, but you know what? The fun's not over yet. We'll now be moving on to the moment I'm sure we've all been waiting for, the question and answer portion for today's event. For this segment, may I kindly request all of our speakers to unmute themselves so that you can answer any question our audience may have for you. Again, if you have any follow-up questions, please feel free to send it in the chat box and we'll do our best to answer it. So let's begin with the first question. Okay, so the first question we got is, what is the salary range of graduates of the science course? So, very strong question. All right, sorry. Okay. All right, so anyone want to take a jab at it?
Maybe the alumni can give their piece.
Yeah.
May I answer, Ramon?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it depends on the position that you're applying to. For us, kasi IEs, it ranges to the different industries, right? So I think from maybe 25,000 up to 45 on your first job. So that's the range.
Interesting. Okay.
Maybe I can also add with that.
Yeah.
So as Alyssa said, no, it would really depend on what company you will be applying for. So, and based on my experience, I think I would recommend the students or to look for a company or to look for a job in an officer level. So if you want if you want something that is a big salary, you should aim for an officer level. So similar with Alyssa, no, I also had underwent to a management training program. So I think it's something that the students can also consider when the time came to when you're going to apply already for a job. So look for a management training program. For example, in BPI, so the officership training program. So having those training would give you an advantage, no, if you really want to have a good salary. So similar with Alyssa, it's the same. Yeah. So mga 20 to 30. So that's the start at least. So.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll jump over to our next question. I think this is more towards the alumni. Did you enter college wanting the course? Or if not, what made you like it anyways?
Hi, I think I can share some. I entered college very much unsure of what I wanted to take. I think at the time I was just set on taking engineering, and and I just tried to figure it out from there. But the longer I spent in the IE program and the more I was able to learn, I fell more and more in love with the course. Um, um, I think the biggest appeal is how multifaceted IE is. We're not really limited to a single industry or a single field of expertise. We can apply it to so many things, and we were able to witness this um, from our different interactions with other companies and even alumni who would very willingly come back and tell us about their experiences.
Thank you.
Let me just say that Janine loved the course so much, she ended up graduating cum laude.
Oh, wow. Cum laude. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we're gonna jump. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna jump over to our next question. So the next question we have is, how are the students taking their internships during this time? Will there be a major change in the way internships are done during the whole COVID event?
May I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is what we did because especially for those who had to do their internship during this last months, CHED gave a directive that the school may have alternative activities for them. For those who started their internship and they had to return, they had to vacate the companies, they were told not to go back to the companies. So what we did for our students is, okay, one was able to get an internship, but mainly work from home. So only once a week he would report to the office. But the others, what we did was we gave them alternative activities. For instance, we gave them 2 case studies to work on. One case study is about a fictitious manufacturing company, a meat company somewhere in Taguig, and then we gave them the layout and the number of employees, etc. And then the question is, so now during this pandemic period, and this company would like to operate. You as a consultant, what are you going to do? How are you going to go about helping that company to operate, start operating, open business during this pandemic crisis? So they will have to look at all the laws, regulations from DILG, DOH, IAFP, etc. And then they will have to provide. So what are the things that they have to do in the company, the layout, the things that you see in the mall, you know, one way here, one way there, the canteen, and then the separation between the, etc. So they were able to produce a very good study with references. Then the next case was, in case the University of Asia and the Pacific would one day open, but still you will have to take all the precautionary measures. So how do you go about working out, modifying things in the campus, the classroom, maybe 50%, like the canteen, etc. So they were also able to come up with a study that we plan to present to MANCOM, UA&P. And then the other one was something to do with a project on the inventory of electrical installation in the university, which was supposed to be a study of one of the graduating batch. But because of the pandemic, the lockdown, they could not continue with it. So we asked them to, can you continue this a bit, making use of floor plans and start counting all the electrical installation, etc. So meaning we came up with those alternative activities. I don't know, next year, those who will do the OJT, if if it will be like that. But there are companies who are willing to take in interns, work from home. So there should be no problem. That's it. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, that's really insightful. The case studies, that sounds cool. Okay. I think we'll jump over to the next question. So the next question is, what personality traits or attributes should a student embody in order to be successful in this course or industry? What do you guys think?
Yeah, maybe I'll take that question.
Okay.
Well, this is probably true in relation to the BSIT program, but this is not just simply limited to my program. This is, I think, applicable with everybody else, right? It has something to do with the fact that when we receive the students from the get-go, we always try to treat them as if they're already professionals, right? We try to ensure that whenever they go through us, they get the necessary education and formation that is necessary for them to be successful in the program. So in order for them to be successful within the program, the criteria is the same as how do you become successful when you're out there, when you're working in the industry, or if you're becoming an entrepreneur. The question doesn't really change. I mean, those are equivalents. So what is really required for you to be successful in industry, all the behavior, the skills, the attitude, it's going to be the same expectation when you are studying in the program. So in that vein, I mean, anything that is expected in the industry is pretty much what's expected for you early on when you are studying the program. Maybe if I were to hazard a few specific traits, perhaps diligence, creativity, being orderly as well, being considerate and compassionate with other people. That's also quite necessary. I mean, I don't want to go and give a laundry list. We'll probably go over time if I do that. But I think what's important is the necessary values that's going to be expected from the student in order for him or her to be successful in the program would be taught by the university. And it would be important that the student, once they start their education in UA&P, that they really take these things seriously. UA&P is very, very strong when it comes to values formation as well. So for sure, regarding the question of what needs, or what does it take to be successful in the program, in any program that you find yourself in UA&P, it's pretty much the same thing that's really expected in industry. Okay? So that's my take of it. I don't know if the other program directors would like to share their side of the story as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cyrus. Would anyone else have a take on this?
Just a short, so don't be afraid if you're thinking, will I survive UA&P and this and that, etc. Don't be afraid. There are student organizations that you can join and they can help you a lot. You have upperclassmen and who can tell you their experience and how to go about it. So plus the mentoring system in UA&P, I mean, this is relatively unique and you can take advantage of that. And of course, the faculty. So yeah, that's it.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. I think we're ready to jump to the next question. So the next question is, for an undecided student with an interest in science, what are the factors that I should consider when choosing my final course or school? Interesting. All right. Okay. Ooh. Would anyone have any input on this? Interesting.
Okay, I'll answer that.
Yeah.
My take is that anywhere a student would go, whatever course they would choose to take, what's more important, they're all, I think everyone's gonna have some challenges that they would be facing. So I think what would make those a little lighter would be when you actually enjoy what you do. So maybe you try to go into a field where you think you would enjoy, not think about how difficult it may be. Everywhere it's not easy. So at least when you're faced with challenges, when you like what you do, then it doesn't feel like any challenge at all. Yeah, that's my take.
True. That's true. Thank you so much.
Maybe I can also add with that answer.
Go ahead.
So what I can share is that it's okay to feel, it's normal to feel that you're still undecided on what course to take. You know? But what I can say is that focus on the strengths that you have. So make a self-assessment on what areas are you good at. So for example, it would be an advantage for you if you're already good in math. So the programs under SSE would be something be okay for you. But it doesn't mean that if you're not good in math, you will not be able to take the course. So it's more of being able to, if you have that ability to, or if you have that ability to solve problems well, I think the SSE programs are okay. It's a good fit for you. So there.
Alrighty, thank you. And you know what? I think that's our last question. Yeah. So I think that wraps up our Q&A portion. So, all right. I wanted to thank you all of our speakers for sharing your knowledge and experiences under the School of Sciences and Engineering. Now, if you have any more concerns or if you would simply like to know more about the School of Sciences and Engineering, you can check out the official UA&P website at www.uap.asia. Or you can reach out to the School of Sciences and Engineering at www.facebook.com/UAPIST. And even search up UA&P Sends on Facebook, the official academic organization for students under the School of Sciences and Engineering. Additionally, you may continue this conversation and message us on the official Facebook account of UA&P, on the Facebook account of UA&P JMC, or chat with us at www.uap.asia. Before we end, we just have a few reminders for the application process. Online applications are currently ongoing for almost everyone. For non-scholar applicants, submission of requirements will be from November 9 until November 25. The online exam date will be on December 5, Saturday. For college transferees, the submission of requirements is a two-step process. The submission of the first set of requirements is due on November 3 to November 13, while the submission of the second set of requirements is due on November 9 to 25. The online exam date will be on December 5 alongside the non-scholar college applicants. All admissions, processes, and entrance exams will be administered online for the school year of 2021 to 2022 to really ensure your safety and well-being. And with this, we officially conclude this episode of Unitas Online. Thank you very much to all of our speakers today and to our guests who've attended. So this is your host, Ramon Tupas, signing off. We look forward to seeing you again in the future episodes of Unitas Online. Stay safe and don't forget to practice social distancing, to sanitize, and to wear a mask. Thank you, guys.